Do you think tourism is or travel is a luxury where we have still not tapped enough the lower economic part of India?
Uh, Travel is a factor of disposable income. So there are two kinds of travels. One is discretionary. The second is, you have to travel for whatever reason. So there is a reason you travel because of work or because of social reasons. Even if you are, you know, having 15,000 rupee or 10,000 rupee salary, but if you have to attend a wedding, then you'll take a train ticket and attend a wedding of a close relative. So that's non-discretionary. That's kind of social, which is obligatory travel, emergency travel. Somebody is not well, somebody has passed away. But discretionary travel is direct factor of disposable income, and for that is a number which everyone quite closely follows. As the disposable income grows, we know that the first two things people spend on is eating out and traveling. So the food business, the restaurant business, and then the travel business are the biggest beneficiary of disposable income. That's something which is a direct factor of how fast the economy grows. And so you're absolutely right. 70% of India possibly can't even afford discretionary travel today. But that number was 95% possibly 20 years ago. So now
Is trying to do something for this part of the India.
MakeMyTrip does everything for everyone. So we also would be happy. We also work on selling bus tickets to someone who wants to go, uh, from Bangalore to his native village. But so we want to say, listen, stay with MakeMyTrip, and we are hoping that you people will work hard, the country will work hard, and there'll be a time when the bus ticket will become a vacation on a bus, and someday an air ticket, and a vacation on an air ticket. So instead of going, so you want to stay with the journey, and that was a very big idea of acquiring a very good company called Redbus, and Redbus does a phenomenal job. That's how we can reach people with with lowest possible disposable income. And not in South India, a lot of people travel by bus. So someone who is a senior manager in Infosys might also use a bus to go to Mysuru and also book on MakeMyTrip. But I'm saying that gives us an opportunity to stay in touch with someone who might not afford a high-end vacation at this point of time, but also be with him through the journey of being with him, just from a bus ticket to someday possibly selling a trip overseas.
You were mentioning about the economic model in our conversation. Can you just say,
So for that was for wildlife luxuries.
Uh-huh.
The company have offered. And
So it's a part of MakeMyTrip. Wildlife luxury is a different part.
project. Like I said, I retired from MakeMyTrip 10 years back. Been in touch, but it's become 10 times or at least an 8 times bigger company in the last 10 years. But wildlife luxuries is a project which is totally mine. The economic model I was talking was that you cannot. India lives in very different places. There are lots of Indians live in cities now, and the population in cities are growing. But lots of them live in remote parts which are now getting connected. I'm not saying they're not even connected, but the economics are very different. And if you really want to change the way the country works, instead of attracting people to development in the cities, we'll have to take development to the people where they are. And that's where I believe tourism plays a very big role, because you don't need data centers and engineers. You can create places where people will still travel despite whatever advances in technology. How they will buy travel might change. At some stage, how they will travel will change, but they will still travel. The people will still go to holidays. I don't think so they'll take a Goa capsule and say, "Chalo, that's how I at least could happen." But that was the whole idea of saying, can we leverage tourism and take development to different parts of the country? And economics will dictate everything in every sphere of life. I mean, I work in the forests, and people talk about saving the environment. And I tell people, don't save the environment till you save the economy. I mean, a hungry person cannot be asked not to kill a deer. I mean, you can't say, listen, my kid is hungry at home. घर पे बच्चे भूखे हैं, पर मैं इसको वो तो मारेगा ही, खाएगा ही. So I think a lot of times we put enforcement, we put laws. We forget that no law will stop a mother to kill a deer to feed a hungry child. You can do whatever you want. Fix the hunger, then look after the environment. And I think that's the priority. We have gotten it wrong. And I think that's a priority. We need to, if you want to save the environment, we want to save the forest, we want to save, we'll have to in many ways rebuild the economies of some of the remote parts of the country. That can't be built in the cities. I mean, एक लड़का बॉम्बे में काम कर रहा है और वो वहाँ से पैसे भेज रहा है, that model won't work. That will create chaos which it is already creating.